My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and since August of last year, the 3rd, the Alexis Murphy went missing, and it's a mind control murder. It fits into the patterns I have spoken about. I put this on at that date. I put this on YouTube. I've done a whole lot of YouTube videos about mind control and my kidnapping, and so I'm not going to go and lay out the things that I have in the past to give back up so that you can understand it. But everybody knows, or they should, if they cared about mind control. You can Google it now. MK Ultra. You can listen to Coast, and they used to tell you about it unless they'd been stopped. Art Bell did. I wrote a book about mind control, modifying behavior. You can program people, their decision making. It's not theirs, their decisions are the person doing the programming. So, and you can program them to go out and shoot, kill with a knife or whatever, or drive the car into the river and drown, or smack into another one. It's unlimited. But the thing is that the abilities of these agencies, government agencies, is way past unlimited. Mass armies can be placed under mind control. Now then, I wanted to go back over time. I've tried to tell about the patterns. I did the book and had antifreeze put in me April Fool Day of '80, and that's just one of the ongoing things that happened to me. Going after my brain. After all, I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and dropped off in a pigsty. And the family were brutal, is not the word. Given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey, I married Childers. Both twins were killed by their mother. She was unwed. So now I'm going to jump back to doing the book on mind control. Larry Flint was shot. He was brought into Lawrenceville, Georgia, and he was shot. The person that shot him was programmed to shoot and kill his attorney and shoot Mr. Flint. And, I had an NBC, I believe. I'm not sure it was NBC. Well, I'm not going to say. I had a news media, CBS, ABC, they all know it, the Truth and Fox. The media all knows it. Local, they always have Huntsville. They're either afraid of it or most likely they don't care. Atlanta. By the way, one of the girls that I paid to type my manuscript in Atlanta about mind control, and Dr. Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman Doctor, told me to call her if I wanted to check on how she was doing and retyping it. And I called, and it was the crime lab. And I laughed because the whole thing's so hideous, but it's so painful you can't get through it if you don't try to find some way to get through it. Mine is trying to make light of it, I suppose. The pain that my family, my sons, me, my mom and dad have suffered in my country, to get to another day and hope there's some sort of justice waiting there. Now then, I started to say there's a question if Larry Flint wasn't killed. That was a magnum that shot him to pieces. So sad, because I remember, I don't like pornography, but they put that on television, the trial, and I can remember what they were doing to Larry Flint. It was the first time I'd seen him, and I'm very empathetic, overly, to people. I feel their pain. And I thought, what are they doing to this man? Because he was brought in under weird circumstances anyway, with subpoenas and things, and then he was shot and his attorney killed. My point is, I was flown out there in '83 to replace the congressman doctor I wrote about, Larry McDonald. His plane went down, the Korean jet, passenger jet that he was on, with 200 and some odd people, veered off course, and you can do this with mind control. You get the pilot or the controller. You could even, they put U.S. Marshals on there for safety. You can have the marshal or the flight marshal come out and shoot you if he's put under mind control. So this whole thing is a power play, and under the guise of putting security on planes, trains, and you name it, schools, they've just put to where the end it's mass control and you're tied up. Now then, I've probably lost you here, some people, but I'm going to go back, and I was out at Flint's, and to me, I thought that was Mr. Flint, and I don't want to cause him and whoever any pain, because at least they tried to help me, and that's more than I can say for most people. They just want me dead, and that's not funny. I hope the world has to see what they've done. I wanted to say I moved up, if you call it moving. I came up here and got off the bus in the 3 o'clock in the morning to Roanoke, the 20th of October '86. And no money, no place to go, no clothes. I ended up living on the Appalachian Trail, and I'm near there now, Troutville. And I froze and I starved, and everybody knew about it. So I put this on other videos. They didn't want to, quote, get involved. So I'm going to just jump to this. I stayed at Full Heart Knob shelters, hiker shelters, right near me here up on top of the mountain. And you better believe it freezes up there. Even if you've got the best gear, you freeze and it ices over and all that, especially if you don't have the gear. I've forgotten now. It's been Wilson Creek is the next shelter north, going toward the Peaks of Otter and up to Cornelius and on up to Front Royal. Okay, that's Wilson Creek shelter. So they've used the shelters in this. Like one time when they arrested me, and they actually gave codes in this. It was I hope I've got this right now. It's been so long. It was Judge Wilson. I have to go back and check that out, the judge that was involved, because they actually role-played. It was Kathy Nichols. She's over the agriculture, or was. Eric Smith, who's been so much a part of this. By the way, there's an Eric Smith that went missing. They've done things involving the names, time, and places, and that's the patterns that you put together that show the mind control murders, and this is going to go off, so I'll just, they used the Woody in there, as in Woody Woodrow Wilson helped kidnap. He's part of the New World Order. He helped orchestrate the takedown and killing of Tsar Nicholas and his family. My father was a forced takedown in my kidnapping, and by the way, I'm up here at Roanoke, Charlottesville, where Anastasia was murdered, and that really was Anna. But I'm going to go to this, and I'll leave it. Bobbletts Gap is next to the Blue Ridge Parkway past Wilson Creek. And they've done murders like where I would be, or not be. I don't have to be there. They happen in California, anywhere. They happen in the UK, or I don't have to be there, but they're done in patterns and synchronicity. Bobbletts Gap is a shelter right next to the Blue Ridge Parkway on the Appalachian Trail. John and Lorena Boblett, 1994, she attacked him, cutting off her husband's penis, his entire penis, while he slept. She was sentenced June the 29th, 13, in Los Angeles to life, convicted of aggravated mayhem and torture. Okay, I have to say this, in what's been ongoing, unspeakable crimes done to me and my children right here in this country, with everybody watching, in plain sight and me begging, nobody has paid for the crime, been held accountable. I will say this, when they were trying to kill me again in 1982, I had worked for the district attorney, and I was handcuffed, and Jack Hartsfield was a friend and a reporter, and, well, I'll go ahead and say it, he was FBI. But anyway, they handcuffed me, and this is the same sheriff's office that had, after I had antifreeze put in me, had done a background check, and I went to work for Fred Simpson, the DA. Now he's under orders, and he's changed sides and allegiance, and he's arrested me to kill me is what it amounted to. Judge Green and Lina Dempsey, the mother of the twins that where I was placed there, and my ex-husband, and